Please turn off your hotspot. You've heard this so many times, but it avoids any disruption of the interpreting system. Thank you very much. Photographers, we will not ask you to leave the room. I repeat, not leave the room, but please, after 5 minutes, stop shooting. Protocol completed, I think we can start with the questions. Do not forget to give your name, the language, and organization as well. Please, it helps the interpreters to get ready. And please stick to 1 question per journalist. So we will start now. Here, 3rd row, please. Thank you.
Bonjour Hugo, Vincent Garcia.
Good morning, Vincent Garcia, l'équipe. So France against Morocco is a football match, but it's also a duel between Achraf Hakimi and Kylian Mbappe. They are teammates, they're friends, and you had that experience against Harry Kane in the last match, and it worked out pretty well for you. Is it really tough to play against a friend? And can you give any advice to Kylian to put his emotions to one side? I think the match is going to take precedence quite naturally, even though you might be friends off the pitch. If you're involved in a World Cup match and you're representing your country, then that takes precedence and your competitive spirit takes over. It's also true that it may be more difficult to face a teammate because you know each other so well. You may be able to surprise them, or you may not. But France against Morocco is a match between 2 strong football sides, 2 talented teams, and each side has a specific objective, and that is to qualify for the final.
On sort d'une conf.
We've just had a press conference with the Moroccan coach when we learned about the heart, the energy of the Moroccan team, and he talks about their supporters. How are you going to face up this very energetic and determined side? Well, we have a great deal of admiration and respect for everything they've achieved. And it's no coincidence that they've reached this far. They've beaten Belgium, Spain, and Portugal, and they finished first in a very tough group. So that tells you that they are a quality side, and obviously they have a good team spirit as well off the pitch. So they're going to be a tough opponent. And there is going to be quite a hostile atmosphere for us in the stadium. But we're ready for anything. We're remaining calm and focused, and we've carefully analyzed our opponent. And once again, we're going to have to show that we are ready to raise the level and step up to the plate in a World Cup semi-final. And we'll need to be at the top of our game. Good morning, Radio France. Just to pick up from the previous question from Julien, there's such euphoria and excitement around this match. So as captain, how do you avoid getting too carried away in the comments that you make to your teammates? Well, actually, we've been in our own bubble since the beginning of this tournament. We've been focused all along. So we don't read all of what is being said about us outside of that bubble. We're very focused on our recovery, our training, our diet, and preparing for the next game. And the further you go in this tournament, the closer you get to a significant achievement. And so we all want to continue this adventure for as long as possible. And so that means you need to be extremely focused. Of course, from time to time, we need to relax and we have pleasant time together. But the main focus is the competition. We want to go as far as possible, as I said, and we want to continue this adventure and to continue to share these emotions. Antoine Meunier, AFP, Rafa Varane, Olivier Giroud, Antoine Griezmann, and yourself are the most experienced players in the squad. You know what it's like to be in a semi-final of a World Cup. So how are you leaders for the younger players who've never experienced this type of occasion and this very hostile atmosphere that they might face? How do you make sure that they're ready? Well, Steve Mandanda is also one of those more senior players. So we do have a hardcore of more experienced players, and we complement each other in terms of our play and what we say to each other. Yes, we have young players, but they bring their talent and they bring their determination and carefree attitude. But we also have a lot of respect within the squad. Everyone respects each other. And I think that really strengthens the side. Good morning, Hugo. What do you think about Yassine Bounou and his performances? He's been player of the match twice and has only led in a single goal in the tournament.
Et concéder un seul but, c'est également le travail d'une équipe, même si il mérite beaucoup de crédit pour ça. Et ça montre la solidité de cette équipe marocaine. Mais c'est certainement le symbole de cette solidité. C'est un gardien très performant, déjà en club à Séville. Mais sur cette compétition, il fait partie des meilleurs et il a été décisif à de nombreuses reprises.
In this tournament, and he's shown that he's decisive and he is one of the strong points of the Moroccan side. But they're a very solid team as a whole, so it's not just down to Yassine Bounou, but he is a decisive player for them. Good morning, Hugo, Infosport Plus, Canal. How do you win a World Cup semi-final? And how do you avoid getting too emotional, especially for the younger players? I think in the preparation, you need to remain calm and focused, and that's what we've been trying to do since the outset in this tournament. But there are no secrets. We are going to have to perform on the pitch, and that comes from working hard together, being mentally strong at the key moments in a match, and scoring more goals than your opponent. That's what football comes down to. But as I said earlier, we are trying to prepare for the expectations of a World Cup semi-final, whoever our opponent is. Of course, there is going to be a hostile environment in the stadium with a lot of Moroccan fans encouraging them, and that's going to make a lot of noise. It's going to be a raucous atmosphere. It's going to be tough to concentrate in that sense. But during the match and at halftime, we're going to have to remain focused and be very precise in terms of our tactical discussions and all of the other aspects. But I think we're all very excited by this semi-final, and we're all looking forward to representing our country as well as we can. Good morning, Europe 1, and I have a question in French again. I imagine that no one imagined Morocco would get to the semi-final without conceding a single goal, apart from an own goal, of course. They have an art of defending. Are you in admiration of the way in which they've defended, and how do you think you're going to break them down? Well, yes, of course, we are in admiration of what they've achieved, but they are our opponent tomorrow. And at the end of the day, we're trying to get through to a World Cup final. So our competitive spirit is going to take over in the way in which we prepare and play the match. Of course, they have a very steely defense, but they're also very good on the counter-attack. They're good on set pieces, and they have players like Ziyech who can really make a difference. He's one of the key players in the team. They have a very strong midfield who is extremely hard-working. And really, as we approach this match, we need to ensure that we are patient, but at the same time that we go for it and try to break them down as early as possible in the match. Of course, we're going to need to stay balanced so that we avoid getting caught on the counter-attack. And we need to go out there and enjoy the match, show great effort and commitment, and try and ensure that we have a great team performance.
Federico Calderon, Tigo Sports. Hugo, what does it mean to you that have a coach like the Shams, that the fact that he won the World Cup as a player and as a coach, what did he tells to you, to the soccer players? Thank you.
Je crois que le coach a une énorme expérience, un gros vécu.
He has, of course, a tremendous experience as a player and a coach at international level. He's very calm and collected, and he transmits that to the players. In fact, he's an inspiration for us. We have a great relationship of trust between players and coach. And it's not a coincidence that he's been coach now for such a long time. He has great qualities, that's beyond doubt.
Good morning, Mr. LLORIS. Dario Ricci from Italy, Il Sole 24 Ore. Please in English, if possible. Tomorrow you have nothing. You have nothing to. Morocco has nothing to lose, and you have everything to lose. How to manage this feeling, to emotional state? Thank you.
I believe that both teams have to lose. It's a semi-final of a World Cup. It's a unique opportunity to go to the final. Obviously, it's already a success for Morocco to be at this stage of the competition, but believe me, they won't stop. They just want to carry on and to become even more hero for all the Moroccan country. So. And in our side, as I said just earlier, we prepare the game to respond to the demand of a semi-final of the World Cup. Doesn't matter who is the opponent. We just try to put the focus, the energy, the concentration, and all our strength to this game to make sure that we will not have any regret at the end.
Two last questions, one here and then here.
Hi, Hugo. Just a question in English over here. Just a question in English. I wondered if you've spoken to Harry Kane since the game at the weekend and his penalty miss, and also you know him better than anyone else in this room. How do you think he will respond to that setback?
Yes, I don't need to go too much further. We had a text after the game. It was not easy to find the words, straight after the game in a changing room. I mean, I think he needed some rest. Yeah, it's a difficult time, obviously, for English national team and for Harry, but I think he can be proud of what he's done for the national team during this World Cup. I think in football history, many top players missed penalty, important penalty in their career. Players like Leo Messi, like Cristiano Ronaldo, like Kylian Mbappe. But I have no doubt Harry will keep his chin up and he will help Tottenham and the national team to shine.
Last question.
Question en français, Nicolas Georgerot, RTL. Bonjour Hugo.
Nicolas Georgerot, RTL. Good morning. As you go far in this tournament and you've reached the semi-final, do you think this is going to be a match with greater intensity than the match against England? We're going to have to be ready for any type of game. And we're also going to have to be in a position to show greater intensity in order to try to break through this Moroccan defense. It's going to be important that we get off to a good start and we play to the best of our ability. Thank you.